operations. As systems and structural testing progressed, software engineers continued to push back the F-35's digital frontier, approaching the 80% completion milestone in the march toward finishing F-35 system software. And at the same time, the most advanced avionics system ever designed for a fighter was demonstrating and validating its capabilities both in ground-based and airborne laboratories. In the JSF Cooperative Avionics Testbed, known as Catbird, the Northrop Grumman AN/APG-81 ASA radar began producing high-resolution synthetic aperture radar maps and ground features in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. SAR mapping will be a key feature of the F-35's Mission System Suite. At Lockheed Martin Maritime Sensors and Systems in Eagan, Minnesota, testing and certification of Block 1 integrated core processor hardware and software has been conducted for safety of flight. The first initial operation capability versions of the core processor modules for lab use were delivered in 2009. Validation testing also continues on the F-35's electro-hydraulic actuation system in preparation for the F-35 carrier variant's first flight. The carrier variant uses larger and more powerful actuators to move its larger control surfaces. Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control in Orlando, Florida delivered the first production electro-optical targeting system, or EOTS, to Fort Worth in July for integration onto the F-35. Baseline evaluation flights of the EOTS on a Sabreliner aircraft were completed in August. EOTS will be installed on the F-35 in 2010. Embedded in the F-35's fuselage, the low-drag stealthy EOTS is the world's first and only sensor combining forward-looking infrared and infrared search and track functionality. Also in Orlando, Lockheed Martin Simulation Training and Support continues to conduct testing and ongoing training. In December, the Generation 2 F-35 Helmet-Mounted Display, or HMD, received initial safety of flight qualification. The Gen 2 HMD has a more rounded visor and provides a more natural view for the pilot compared to the first-generation helmet. The HMD projects flight and targeting information onto the helmet visor, enabling the pilot to acquire a target simply by looking into the adversary's direction. F-35 industrial partners Northrop Grumman and BAE Systems were instrumental in increasing the F-35 program's momentum in 2009.
2009 has been a significant year of transition for us here at Northrop Grumman. We've completed all of our center fuselage SDD deliveries and are well along our way of transitioning to LRIP. We started to implement our integrated assembly line, which represents our future state of production in Palmdale. 2009 is also representative year of transition for our international partners. We've done significant in-house training with teams from Canada, Turkey, Denmark, Norway, to transition the knowledge from our build team to those suppliers who will be supporting us in the international production plan. In addition to the work that's being done overseas in support of our program, we've loaded the first international unit, is BK-1, in our assembly jigs in Palmdale as we start the production of the first center fuselage assembly for the United Kingdom. In addition to the center fuselage IPT, the Mission Systems IPT has continued to mature their SDD statement of work. We deliver software block loads in support of Lockheed Martin in preparation of getting the airplanes ready for Mission Systems flights and the flight test program. Very proud of the accomplishments the men and women of Northrop Grumman have made in 2009.
2009 has been another really successful year. As a teammate on the Joint Strike Fighter program, BAE Systems has played a vital role across all phases of the program. We've closed out our designs in SDD. We've taken 2 test aircraft into our test facility in Brough, that's AJ1 and AG1, and we're making good progress at getting those tests complete ahead of the schedule that we've set ourselves. In production, we've really got the factory working well. We're delivering an aft fuselage to Fort Worth 1 every 15 days, and we've set up agreements with our international partners across Denmark, Canada and Australia for the build and delivery of the vertical and horizontal tails. All of this against the backdrop of performance this year. We've been hitting our cost and schedule challenges, and also looking forward, we're working as a teammate with Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman to set out what does global sustainment really look like to deliver the promises we've made to our customers.
Pratt & Whitney and the GE Rolls-Royce fighter engine team achieved significant milestones in 2009. The Pratt & Whitney F-135 engine milestones included the F-135-powered Stovall propulsion system, proving the thrust performance during hover pit testing in May, and surpassing 12,000 test hours in July. The GE Rolls-Royce fighter engine team F-136 program also saw major achievements in 2009, including testing of the first and second production configuration engines. System development and demonstration engine testing topped 500 hours. Preparations for flight testing began, and the fighter engine team completed F-136 sustainment studies for Australia and the Netherlands. On an August 31st visit to Lockheed Martin's Fort Worth plant, Secretary of Defense Robert Gates emphasized U.S. military support of the F-35.
I'm heartened by what I've seen here this morning. I was very impressed by the investments that have been made in the production line, in the robotics and automation. We cannot afford as a nation not to have this airplane.
2009 has been a very exciting year for Team JSF, as every partner nation has made a substantial decision advancing the ball down the field in their own individual country. Culminated, of course, with Australia's recent announcement that they intend to purchase 14 operational jets beginning in LRIP 6. 2010 is going to be equally busy and exciting as partners continue to make big decisions on the program. We'll have 2 additional international jets in LRIP 4, and that will be the first production lot with all 3 variants in it. Our industrial participation program kicks in a big way in 2010, as we'll start assembling major sub-assemblies at international factories in the partner countries. Additional interest in the program has been expressed, led by Israel. We've also seen additional interest in the Asia-Pacific region and among other NATO allies, so the foreign military sales aspect of the program is starting to take shape. So all in all, a very busy, very exciting year. Look forward to 2010 to continue that. I'd like to personally thank all the members of Team JSF who have worked so hard to make this happen. Look forward to another exciting year in 2010. It's true, the sun never sets on the F-35 program.